To the Sky Network show. Thank you for joining in. We will be starting in a couple of minutes. Let's get everybody in. And yes, we are live on our X. We are live on Facebook. Let's get the YouTube up. So, how are you guys doing today? Today, the title of the show is Multi-Chain Madness, right? And this
Yes,
is all about madness, guys. I'm pretty sure that everybody from the community has seen that madness, right? If you will see the graph of the sky, you will see that madness. If you will see the liquidity swaps, you will see that madness. You'll be if you have migrated your Skype from old contracts to new contracts, you have seen your madness. This is completely insane madness which you have seen, and you must be thinking like, what the hell is happening, right? Why and how and what exactly happened? And how come Sky, with this whole migration, became this invaluable utility asset that you actually feel proud of being part of, or you feel you own something, right? So that is something which is gonna be the agenda of the today's show. And I welcome you. Thank you, my guests. We have Yogesh with us in the studio, and we have Richie with us from the Canada, storming through the storms and being here. Richie, welcome to the show, man.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Great to be here once again.
Yeah. So Richie, how are you doing today? And you would you like to get started?
Yeah, I'm doing great. A lot of progress being made, a lot of pushing forward on all fronts. Excited to go through the topics of today.
Mm-hmm. Great, with Richie. And we have Yogesh with us in the studio. So Yogesh, what do you say about the madness?
yeah. I mean, think about it. All these community members have already experienced all this, what you already talked about this. So basically, when it comes to how the project is moving forward, and now we will be talking about how the multi-chain will be the madness, right? So it's all about the multi-chain. So
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure that each one of you who is listening, who has already tuned in, would be confused about, okay, what exactly do you mean by, how to, what is the correct price of the sky? That is the $1 million question today,
definitely, yeah.
right?
So I would like to add into this conversation about the multi-chain, right? So as the last show, we all already talked about what are the benefits of going multi-networks and how that can be benefit to the ecosystem. Like if we are in multiple networks, then definitely there are a lot of opportunity adoptions, and we have the potential to tap into the communities of those networks. So that's the huge advantage over having the multi-chain network approach. So yeah, basically having multi-chain is the way to go, I would say.
Definitely, Yogesh. And with this going multi-chain, and going fully decentralized, and taking this concrete steps in taking in taking forward this project from where we started, and from where we are going to end up this episode 10 with the season 3 of Sky Network show, right? This is something we are creating, and we are creating together with our community, with hand in hand. And this is like, okay, everybody work together and grow together. Doesn't matter whether the markets are falling, whether the markets are rising. If we are continuing our development, if we are working on our project, if we are creating our economy, nobody can stop us. It doesn't matter whether Bitcoin is 80K, 150K, or
It
50K.
Yeah,
But what matters end of the day is what we do with the Sky network, right? And that's the $1 million question which we are here to answer today. And I think we'll get started with Yogesh. Yogesh, what are your views?
yeah. So I think the ecosystem should get the proper value of Sky from the ecosystem itself, which means having the decentralized exchange, Skybot exchange, that should be the cornerstone of the what's the value of the Sky actually is. So when we are moving from multi-chain to getting the proper value of the Sky coin, then having it from the DEX is the way to go. And DEX, I think, the will be one of the central part of the entire whole thing. So the way it will work is like people will be entering into the ecosystem through bridges. For example, there are wormhole bridge that's coming up very pretty soon. So people will be entering to the ecosystem from the bridge and then moving into the exchange, decentralized exchange, because it's a pretty transparent and open, right? So there is nothing, no manipulation. It's pretty decentralized. So I think that's would add a lot of value. And when it comes to a centralized exchange has their own place, right? But decentralized exchanges has its own place. The decentralization, transparency, open to everyone, and it's anybody can look at what's happening in the DEX. So yeah, I mean the price of the coin will be ideally should be happening from the Sky exchange down the road. Right. You want to add something to this?
Uh, I mean,
Yeah, I think I've
definitely.
been.
And I would like to point one, like let me add one point here. Okay, like usually how it works with most of the projects, and also I want to quote one thing here. This is, I think, which is really very relatable for those who can understand, and those who cannot, let me translate it also. All right, so there is a proverb saying that uh, the you know like, for example, if it is a king, there's a kingdom. If the king of that kingdom is a businessman, then their people of that kingdom will suffer. But so we don't want to, we are not created by any corporate, neither we are funded, we are, self built. And we are built by the community, for the community. And we deeply follow in, the values of democracy and decentralization. So the right sky of the price would be the price of the sky in sky.exchange, which is our decentralized exchange, right, guys? That is how it should always be, and that is how it would be. At the end of this migration,
Yeah.
today we are going to be announcing our sky bridge. That is our wormhole bridge we are creating, newly freshly formed, with ton of features and great UI. I would be happy to show you in this today's session. And so we'll be launching that in beta version. Also, with that, the whole multi-chain ecosystem will open up. And it's not like the old bridge where you are, where you have to wait for the opposite contract to have the liquidity. Or, for example, that was the main reason that, we reduced our total supply from 700 million to 200 million, burning 200 million of total supply. That was the biggest decision that we did. That was the main reason that, okay, we want to make sure that we are available on all the networks, and we are sustainable and stable, right? Come on, it gives us a lot. Like, we discussed it in, like, last episode also, the same thing, Yogesh.
Yes, 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 definitely. And also the main thing that you pointed out is burning
Yeah, yeah.
mechanism. So making it
Correct.
truly a deflationary, right? So
Yeah.
the supply is constantly decreasing, and definitely the demand is constantly increasing, which means it is gonna be huge.
Yeah. Richie, what are your views, man?
100%. So when it comes to the price action, I think the only real price action there is when it's actually traded on chain. So you have exchanges that's centralized exchanges who trade a lot of volume, but we don't necessarily how much is that as true volume. But using dexes and bridges, now you can prove every single part of that, and one wallet traded with another wallet on chain, and now you take advantage of the functions of that blockchain as well. So the deflationary function, for example, for SkyChain, and deflationary and reflections for Evolve. It's extremely important to make sure that first you're in a situation where you're getting benefited with that trading volume, the actual volume. So on centralized exchanges, you're not getting that. So regardless of the price action that happens on exchanges that are centralized, the only true price value or relevant price value, in my opinion, dexes are much more stable, much more reliable when it comes to that, because you do know it's actual coins being traded one to another, and not just wash trading or ramping up those numbers just for stats on CoinMarketCap, for example, right? I think with this new technique, this new approach to the multi-chain and the wormhole as that bridge over to all these other chains, it's going to set the new status quo. So other chains will incorporate this in the future after they see the success that we will have in the future using this system, this ideology, this new concept of not just being on your own chain, but spread across multiple chains, and really getting that benefit of that community joining your community, that liquidity boost, and true price action across all of these different chains, right? There's a lot of great things with this concept that I think people will realize over time as they use it, as it starts to grow, and people start to become familiar with a blockchain like Sky or Evolve blockchain being on several different chains, all connected to one core community, one network, and benefiting from everything from what those other exchanges have and chains, sorry, have to benefit for your community and everything else.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, in these regards, I think in terms of multi-chain approach, right, there is also another benefit that everyone will be able to do the token transfer not only from Sky to BSC or Ethereum, which happening right now, but it also can go from BSC to, let's say, Polygon. So what it means is it has a lot of opportunity to create arbitration and trading opportunities, and that really generates the engagements and utility on the network. And the more transaction that happens, there are multiple levels of deflations, which means multiple levels the coins are burning. For example, from the transaction fees, the coins are burning, and also from the breeze, people are moving here and there, the coins are burning, which means it's going too fast into a deflation model. So eventually, I think it creates a lot of value when it comes to people are doing a lot of on-chain transaction. Okay, if it is off-chain, such as centralized exchange, people really don't understand what's going on in the backend, right? It can be manipulated very easily because there is no blockchain or decentralized components in it. So yeah, I mean, having this completely decentralization approach, that's the ultimate the gold mine or the jewel of the project, when the project is truly in hand of a community. Not few people are controlling or holding or whatever, but it's a lot of people like Ethereum. It's Ethereum, Polygon are huge examples. Like a lot of people are into the project, making truly decentralized.
Definitely, Yogesh, and thank you very much for putting this point here. And as we have reiterated, let me reiterate it again. The title of the show is Multi-Chain Madness, and we are here to answer your madness. So, okay, let me translate that into the user action, right? So, what a person who is holding Sky has to do about it, or what he has to take the steps, or does he has to go to something, okay, let me just clarify all the scenarios. For example, there's one user who has been mining Sky in the old staking and mining app. All right, now they can download it, the same app which they were already using for mining. They can withdraw their funds. If they have balance, they can withdraw. If they don't have balance and their stakes are maturing, they can unstake their stakes, and then they can withdraw as well as. So that is one part, right? Second thing, okay, for example, I'm holding the Sky in my decentralized wallet. What should I be doing now? For you guys and those who have already withdrawn, for you guys, as you know, Sky is a utility token, right? And let me show you the utilities, right? With the help of multi-chain madness, this is thing we these are the things we get. That is like trading opportunities, arbitrage opportunities. Also, with the Sky expansion, uh, let me show you one very important component, which is going to be the pillar of this ecosystem. For now, we definitely don't endorse the centralization, but when it comes to multi-chain, there has to be some centralized component which is working the right way. But what we have tried to do is, let me show you guys. So this is the beta version of our new bridge. So let's me see. Let me make it full screen so you guys can also see. All right, one moment. All right, one moment, guys. Give me a second to crop it up properly and be there with you. All right, now it's good, right?
Yeah, this is better.
Yeah, let's.
This is better. Okay, let me turn off the sticker also for a minute so you guys can, that doesn't block the view. One moment. All right, now this should be even better, right? Okay. All right. So, okay. So congratulations, community. Okay, let me see in the chat. What do you think about the new bridge? How does it looks? Come on, give me some energy. Today is the madness, and if there is no madness, let's show some madness, guys. Come on, let's amp up some energy. Let's get everybody on the camera. Richie, yeah,
Sir.
also here, and let me go in the mobile mode so you guys can see it better. That okay, how you would see in the mobile, right? So this is your bridge. See here, these are the, because it is in the beta, these three details which you are seeing now will not be live, but end of this week, once we go from beta to production version, this all this three numbers and a couple of numbers I'll be showing down will be correct, will become live. But this is the sky burn tracker. So now what we have done with this bridge is, Richie, we have a deflationary model in which 50 percentage of the gas fees are burnt if the transaction happen on chain. But with going multi-chain, we can actually amp up that and energize it. And one thing is for sure, that burn is the best way to give back to the community, to each holder. I mean, there's no second doubt about it, right? Because with each and every sky burned, all those who are left, the value of that sky is automatically divided among them, and that's how end of the day price works, right? So that's amazing, guys. So what happens is, with the sky, help of this bridge, 2 percentage of sky, if they are moving from one network to another, they'll be directly burnt, and they'll be added. So here, this is how you can contribute to the burning program, or basically you can bridge your uh, assets to uh, any network of your choice while taking the full advantage of this newly developed sky ecosystem. Right? Okay, so here I got the my in my wallet, and here is my wallet connected, right? Easy as that.
Simple,
So this
clean.
is the simple, best, nothing, no like, I mean, this is user friendly as much as possible. Here you can see this connected, right? Like your mobile connection, it is your wallet connection, guys. So just think about it, like, and this is something which I have put myself, I've put my thoughts and creativity into it. So let me know, definitely be there to give me the feedback. Okay, right now give me the feedback in the chat. Come on, guys.
When you guys are first
What do
starting
you
to
think
use
about?
this, make sure you guys do test it out, even for just your own personal sake. Do a small transaction, get familiar with it, test it out, see how it works. It's going to help you guys when it comes to trusting and even familiarizing yourself with this function, right? So make sure you guys always do those little tests. I still, to this day, when I send crypto from one wallet to another, a lot of times I'll do a test transaction send it over for my own personal, just the way I've my protocol I do for myself, especially when sending large sums. So if you're trading a large sum on the swap, do a small transaction first if you'd like to, just to kind of verify things. But once you get a little more comfortable with it and experience, then this is as simple as it gets.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely, and that's what we have tried to incorporate here. So, for example, that's how we are releasing it in the beta version now. Okay, and that's what we are. So right now, for example, if you'll just scroll down here, you will get all the bridge information. That what is bridge, how does it, how to use it, all the tutorials. If anything is stuck, sorry guys. Okay, if anything is stuck, you can directly go from here to our you know always reliable support, which is support.securechain.ai. Again guys, don't worry, that will also be revamped. It will not be the same UI, but for now just be cope up with it. But this is the new version. Here you'll be able to see your transaction history, and if if they are pending or what happened to it, etc, etc. And here you'll have a direct access to the a top pair, so you don't have to go select and everything. So again, we'll go into the detail and we'll show that each pair and what other pairs are available and everything. But if you want to learn, so here we have three options, right? So here you can see, let me go into the another mode, right? Yeah, this mode should be good. Yogesh, let's come. Okay, that's good. So here you guys can see there's a learn button, right? So there's a menu on the menu which takes you to the learn side of it. So here you can learn how to use the cross chain bridge. Here all the details are there. Here you can take the tutorial, right? Just simple learn more about it, and just go to the network, choose assets, enter amount, complete the transfer. It is as simple as that. Here you can go to the simple links are there to the explorers, and like all the smart contracts on like our Sky smart contract or Ethereum smart contract, Bridge smart contract, or BSC smart contract. Also, if you'll come on the home page, you will see that it's not just the Sky burn tracker where we are stopping it. So what happened is, like, for example, those who know, who have been with us, our Sky on BAC and Sky on Ethereum had 2% tax, correct?
Yes.
So what we did is we simply just converted that tax. So we don't want that money. No project don't want that money. Team doesn't want that money. Instead of that, we wanted to make sure that it gets distributed to everybody, right? So that is the reason of making this 2% sky burn when you are making the multi chain, like from moving sky from one chain to another chain. This burn will not affect on BSC. Like for example, if you are bridging BSC from BSC, like from Polygon to Polygon or Ethereum to Ethereum, so we will have all the wrap tokens available on the bridge. So users will be able to get all these eight chains. We are making it 100% connected. So this is something we are creating a gold mine for developers, right?
So this only happens when you bridge from one chain to another.
Correct, and that only for Sky.
Yeah.
All right. So these are the basic, these are the features which are there in the bridge. You can see about, learn more about it. Loyalty rewards is not started yet, but we will have a loyalty reward program where you will be getting 747 coins, which is a meme coin. So stay tuned for that. And the also we want to show the transparency. So what we have done is, like, the bridge works with the smart contracts, right? So it is, though it is centralized, but it is automatic, right? There's no involvement of humans or anybody else in the bridge. So what happens is, like, the whole ecosystem you can see in the proof of results. So don't worry, these are not the correct numbers. I would definitely be really happy to have these numbers, and maybe we'll have these numbers in a
One
couple of
day,
months, but not now, right? Huh?
one day, those numbers will be there.
Yeah, soon, or maybe, yeah. But these are like this is that here. What it will do is it will show you the assets, total digital assets which are available in the each smart contract on each network. So, for example, the bridge smart contract of Ethereum, how many ETH that does that have? How many Sky tokens it has? How many USDT it has? Polygon, same thing. So you can make your education like educated guess. Okay, that okay, I want to bridge from here to here, and this makes things transparent to the user. That okay, this is what where funds are, and if you will add some like makes transfer from one to another, you'll be able to see the funds moving also. So this will give us a very good animation. End of the day, good things coming, right,
100%.
Richie? Always look out for the reels.
Yep. And it's the commitment to the educational
Even
side.
that word.
It's the commitment to support the whole process, not just put out a tool and say, "Hey, use it. It's available." It's, "Hey, this is the tool. It's a nice, simple UI. Here's how to use it." Educational piece where you can learn every step of the way, so you can make mistakes, but chances are you're not going to make a mistake because it's really laid out in a simple way as possible, right? That commitment the team has and it's always had since I've known you guys, and we've worked together, collaborated, is extremely important in this day and age because we're not at mass adoption yet. We're going towards mass adoption. And the easier we can make this process for the average person who does not know anything about crypto and is just getting started, especially with something that seems as complicated as a bridge or wormhole or whatever you're going to call it, is extremely important so that people don't start their journey, go to the bridge, make a mistake, and then they're like, you know what, this is whatever. I don't like this. I'm out. So yeah, here's to you guys with all the work you guys have put in the background.
Yeah, and again, this is I think I should also thank you, thank Yogesh also for this. That we have been doing so all this work, right? This whole migration, and this has been a weird tasks, okay, guys, and it wasn't easy for sure. But Yogesh came up with the productivity ideas, and we did like 2 days session, couple of like 3 4 sessions, like we did like, and it was great. And he made sure that I am also productive with them, and to reach here, and that is amazing. So that credit goes to Yogesh also. But here you can so again let's get back to the secure chain bridge. And these are the like okay, we'll have the function where you'll be able to see the popular bridge pairs, and this is okay. It might seem a very stable or steady, but for example, going future with the data and our AI and everything getting optimized for the UI perspective, things can get very good. Also, extending this bridge, I'm not promising any dates here, but going forward, there will be a development where we'll be bringing then kind of an API kind of a thing for the developers, right? Because this also allows this multi-chain expansion also allows the developers to build things like DeFi things, right? They can build on-ramp, off-ramp things. They can build their payment gateways with us. They can use it as use secure chain for all the DeFi possibilities, NFT possibilities, and it creates a lot of utilities for Sky, and that's what we want end of the day. All right. So this is here, all right, and these are the networks which current bridge will be supporting, right? So this is what our portfolio which is there in our current this one. So we'll be going forward with that, and yeah, here if you are ready to bridge your assets, you can simply just go ahead and test it. We'll stay tuned for the official channels where you'll be able to get the new URL and everything, because again, though it is in beta, we will not be discontinuing our current running bridge, but we what we will be doing is currently both of them will be running parallelly for some time until this is in beta, and maybe in a week or something when we are ready to move from beta to production, the older bridge will be discontinued. Okay, so that is there. So stay tuned for that, guys. Yogesh, how are you doing so far? And we are already been 30 minutes on the show live. So let me, go to each one of you and get your views.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So when it comes to this bridge, so as you already talked about how this can be used in other DeFi projects, which is very critical important component, right? In case of how this sky, the network can be used on application, various decentralized application. So just because this is based on a smart contract, so entire breeze happens, everything happens using smart contract. So this can be also used as a own chain bridging. For example, if you are building a DeFi app where there is necessity for your users to breach an asset from various network, then they can just use the smart contract of that network on which you are building it, and then just use the r breach, just make the call to the breach smart contract. It will send the asset on different network. So this way anyone can build their application on Sky network because this is totally based on smart contract. Now you are also talking, Sandeep, you are also talking about how this can be used as a external API or SDK type of thing that is very useful for the developer. Maybe you, some of them might don't understand these are technical words. Don't worry about it. But those who are developers who building stuff on this network, they really understand that how those things can be used for their decentralized applications.
Definitely, Yogesh. And all right, let me go to the Richie. Richie, how are you
Yeah,
doing?
this what this represents is no single point of failure, right? You being interoperable with every other chain. The name of the game going forward is not my chain's better than your chain. It's not my chain is the best. It's us all working together for the space to grow, right? So there are pros and cons to every chain. There are strengths and weaknesses, and certain chains are better than others at certain tasks. Some are faster, some are slower, some are more secure, some have a bigger network, some are the digital standard, the gold standard, like Bitcoin, right? You want to utilize every advantage you have and every strength you have by connecting all these chains together in a big spider web, a big ecosystem, to really make it redundant, to make sure that your chain goes forward and is successful and benefits from the liquidity and the traffic and the eyes that you get from every other chain, and vice versa to your chain, right? So it's a big step forward. It's really, I think, I hope everyone understands that this is most likely going to be the way going forward for the actual space itself, in blockchains not just being a single chain coin and being multi-chained, because that's real decentralization. And if your chain that you prefer because of whatever that reason might be, and that's to your own preferences and no one else's, if there's a problem or some type of incident that happens on the chain that you preferred at that time, and tomorrow you say, you know what, I'd rather be on Sky Chain, or I'd rather be on Evolve Chain, you could jump over to that chain and continue forward there. There's nothing holding you back. There's nothing restricting you. You're not stuck on an island. You're now, it's like if you're a Canadian and you couldn't travel anywhere else in the world, but there's beautiful beaches in the Caribbean and there's beautiful culture in Europe and beautiful things in India. You'd want to go to there if you choose to and spend some time and take the benefit of exposing yourself to those ecosystems. The same things with these bridges. It really lets you get out of your own little network and then expand to others, right? Use them for their pros and cons and whatever you prefer, because at the end of the day, it's about you making the best choice for yourself and what you believe has value. So if that's Sky Network, amazing. If that's Evolve, if that's Bitcoin, if that's Binance, if that's Ethereum, you make that choice for your preferences, and you're supported the whole way through. At the same time, you can still benefit from all the functions of the existing Sky coin itself. So that burn happens on every other chain, not just on Sky. So no matter which chain you're on, because of whatever reason you're on that chain, right? Maybe it's because the on and off ramps of Ethereum, for example, right? You're still getting the functionality, the what we call evonomics on Evolve of your major chain, and still benefiting from all those functions, right? And these dexes and these bridges really amplify that, because you want as much volume as possible on chain. That is the heart and soul of a successful chain. And I get we really get into the price action, and we focus on what's Bitcoin today and what's Ethereum today. But the actual movement of the chain, the back and forth, the trading, the selling, the buying, the DeFi, that is what the activity that's important on our networks, not just the price. The price plays a role, but at the same time, the technology, the actual blockchain itself being utilized and used for purposes and not just for speculation, trading price, and the price went up 10%, the price went down 10%, the technology stayed the same. The company's still building. As long as you're continuously gaining traction and getting bigger and bigger and solving a few use cases along the way to really amplify and showcase what the strengths of your blockchain is, so that people will choose your blockchain over others, but have the choice to be in whatever blockchain they'd like to. This very elegant solution really puts all that together, wraps it up, and gives people as many options as possible.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, totally when it comes to multi-chain, and yeah, you are absolutely right. So, when it's all about the decentralized on-chain transactions, okay, so that's really makes the projects and also the real utility. So, once, for example, if the project has a lot of projects, DeFi and all kinds of decentralized applications running on on a network, then it really makes difference. And it's all about the on chain. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Richie, I totally agree with you that having this type of decentralization and community take over, that is the gold mine. So that's the ultimate vision, and the power actually lies on the hands of a people. I mean, not for the few capitalists or some of the institutions or companies, but lies over to the hands of a people. I mean, that's really makes it democratic and decentralization, the core value of the Sky project, where those people who are really believing in this and building on this and taking care of everything, and then they will get value out of this, right? So it's they are the actual owner of the project, and that's why the true community project is all about. And yeah, I mean, with this multi-chain madness is the way forward
Yeah,
towards moving for the decentralization.
100%. The other part here is the security as well. If you were in the future, as technology advances, so our blockchains are built a certain way today with the technology we have at our fingertips, what's available. As technology increases, as it gets better, and you want to upgrade your chain and do a migration, you took a process that is extremely complicated at times for the average user, where they have to go through the migration process, send the coins to a wallet, they're issued another coin in the new coin. You've made it as simple as a bridge, right? You can launch that upgraded um, version 1.0, 2.0 of the chain because technology has increased, it's gotten better, or there's a better solution to something. And now you've made it as simple as one click, basically just bridging over to the new chain from any chain that you're on, right? This takes a process that used to be a little bit confusing, even for people who are in the space, novice and the rest. And it's made it so elegant and simple that you can pivot on a dime if you needed to. If tomorrow there was a vulnerability that no one ever thought of today, you can fix that. You can change. You can pivot, and you move forward and you evolve over time, right? This is an evolution of the space. We start off with Bitcoin, then Ethereum, and now we're getting to the age of SCAI and Evolve. And it's all stepping stones to what blockchain will be in the future. So today, blockchain looks like it does. And we're seeing projects like SCAI, projects like Evolve, pushing the envelope and pushing those barriers and really kind of changing the space when it comes to the tech behind the blockchain and the functions of the blockchain. In the future, we're going to see what that looks like, right? This is an evolution over time. Nothing ever stays the same. We're innovative as beings. We want to build, we want to create, we want to advance. With AI being pushed into that as well, what's going to happen in 20 years is going to be like, look what happened from 20 years ago to now, right? We started off with Bitcoin. Well, not 20 years for Bitcoin, but with Bitcoin, we started off with a simple concept, and look how far we've gotten already in 10, 15, 20 years. we're going to go another leap forward again, especially with the technology ramping up the way it is. So yeah, this makes you very flexible. This makes you very lean and very elegant solution to a problem, a pain point that we would have had in the future if we need to. And that doesn't necessarily mean we have to change anything on any of these blockchains, but it gives you the option to really pivot at any point in time and do what's best for the community.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you said it right. I mean, in the time when the Bitcoin started, nobody actually knew how this going to be. I mean, I remember the Bitcoin was traded like $10, as far as I remember, or maybe there are people in this community they might know Bitcoin for when it was like less than $1. So at
When I
that time,
first got
people
it, it
believed
was a few $100.
how much?
I feel
Two
like I got
hundred.
it late. A few hundred, yeah. It was the earliest I've seen it.
Wow. Absolutely. I mean, even in our community, there are very senior people in our group community. Might be they haven't gotten their Bitcoin for less than $1 now. Just
Good for them.
imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I would like to add a couple of points here. This is
Hmm.
something which I was have been analyzing a little bit. But so basically, everybody thinks that okay, we missed Bitcoin at, and all the project preaches this also, right? In today's economy, if you'll see, if you go to any blockchain website, one place or another, they preach this that you know we can be the next Bitcoin. Don't mess us. I mean, definitely this is not a wrong statement. This is correct statement. But on top of it, it does depends what you how your economy is thriving actually, and
Yeah.
how much on-chain activity you are having, as Richie rightly pointed out before, because that's where the sky gas fees will be burned. Also, bridging, right? So the best way to buy sky today would be simply bridge your assets, like for example stable coins or your native coins from different networks to simply secure chain, go to the DEX. There you get the trading possibility. There you get the liquidity. You can add the liquidity. You can create your own. Like you can add the liquidity to the pools which are already created. Also, there's a lot of liquidity which will be being added. Also on the specifically like Sky versus USDC pair on the USDS pair, right? On the secure chain. So USDS is our secure chain stable coin, right? So for USDS pair, so if you will bridge from USDT on any network, what you will get on the Sky is USDS.
Yeah, yeah, Sandeep. So definitely, you put it really well. The USDS serves a very critical component in the ecosystem, right? Because there are a lot of people are looking for a stable value, the coin having a stable value, definitely, right? And the critical component, Sandeep, you pointed out also is adding a liquidity. So, what if community members own this liquidity adding process? For example, if they add the liquidity, that's the gold mine. Okay, it's not the project adds the liquidity. That's at some extent it's good, but what if community adds the liquidity? I mean, it's a huge collective effort. Small steps done by a lot of people creates a lot of momentum. So if people community members are doing liquidity addition in all the dexes, all the places wherever they believe it's good for their for them, then they can add a lot of liquidity. So having a liquid market is also fundamentally powerful element. Liquid market, what do you say?
Definitely. And also, when it comes to bridge, the best thing we also provide is the whole bridge. There's no price system, right? The whole, because it is a wormhole bridge, everything is one is to one. That's as simple as that. So you never have to worry about what happened at the live price, or for example, you know, a kind of a fluctuations, right? So recently on La token, this happened, right?
Yeah,
This is what this
crazy.
is like a warning, guys. Come on, see it as a warning, because if we would be, deciding the price of the sky from any centralized exchange, be it Binance also, I don't care. Okay. But end of the day, what the price on our dex is, that is what will be, making the most sense. And that would be because with the whole ecosystem, uh, giving you the rewards back, what we are earning as a whole community. So if you want to be part of it, be part of secure chain mainnet. Like there's no other way around. Sky mainnet, trade on it, put liquidity. This 100 different opportunities which we are bringing. When it comes to opportunity, let me also tell you something about a project which is coming on the Sky network called Nara AI, right? So this Nara coin, something like this project, which they have submitted their smart contracts for audit. So also the preliminary reports from the audit has returned, and we have also communicated that with the developer. So they are making some last minute changes, and they will be ready for the AMA next week in the next show. So we'll be bringing them also. And if you want to ask any questions to the like project owner, feel free to put it in the Telegram group or here, or please communicate with our modes like McNeil. Okay. I think, okay, let me give the right one. Talk to McNeil straight in the Telegram group, and you'll be able to put your questions in front of the the person. Also, we have created one subtopic in our Telegram channel with the name of the project, which is Nara. So you can also ask more details about the project from the project owner itself. So yeah, this is a new development, right? So this is one of the utility which is coming up. Similarly, see, with the help of going decentralized and transparent, it allows us the opportunity, and it is like all about giving control back to you guys, because you are the one who is owning this project. Right now we have already reached like 80%, 85% of 80% of our total supply is already in circulation, guys.
Correct.
And with the 200 million total supply we have bought back and burnt in last 2 years. It is not a small achievement if you think it is. There's a lot to it. This are not the 200 million tokens we have burnt, which were there with us in the liquidity, like already there, and we were owning that and we burnt it, or were part of the like owner or any other this one. They were bought back and burnt, right, through the bridge. Whatever the money which was spent in the, which was coming through the bridge, has been there, gone there, and that is how you each and every sky holder gets rewarded, right? That's the mechanism. Correct,
Correct.
Yogesh? Would you like to comment on this?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, burning the sky ecosystem, that coins, that's the key element into this ecosystem. And one of the aspect about this multi chain the madness,
Yeah.
right? It's when there are a lot of people are involved into this project, into this entire movement. At that time, it will create a lot of exciting movement, like adventurous journey. So community engagement, right? So that's the key. If a lot of people, it's collective efforts, being a community project, and that's the ultimate vision. Like Sandeep, you put it really well. The owner of the project are who are the owners of the project? Those who are holding it. And you said that it's over 80% liquidity is in the circulation, which means it's phenomenal. Now, if you can analyze other project who has launched and failed because they struggle to put the liquidity into the market. I mean, there are no holders. I mean, not enough holders. So if the liquidities are in the hand of the project team or project creators, then it's not a healthy sign. But if, let's say, the supply is in distributed among the community members and even the majority is out there, which means there is a the less chance of inflation, right? The inflations are now, it's some point in time it will be gone, it will be stopped. So anyone wants a sky, they has to buy it. There is only one way to get the sky is to buy. There is no other ways. I mean, there are no tokens are lying down anywhere in treasury from where project owner just take the token coins and then run flush them into the market. It's not going to
Correct.
happen that like that.
Exactly. right? And that's the best part of it, guys. So everybody, each and so again, let me also do this one more announcement. So each and every person who is holding more than a million sky, right? I was talking about $1 million question, so let me put that $1 million question here, okay? That each and every person who is holding more than 1 million sky, I'm creating something called Sky Millionaires Club. All right. And if you are holding more than a million sky, then you are most welcome to join in. All right. And with that, Sky Millionaire Club will be like a council, right? Which will have a say because they own it, right? They own more than a million sky, then being, with the value of democratic, like with, come on, if you are not doing that, then you are just preaching democracy and not doing the democracy. So let's be democratic. Let's create the Sky Millionaires Club together. Let's join in, and this will create a pull for the project, and it will bring a new innovation, because just imagine, right now there will be more than at least 1,000 people, or more than 1,000 people who, almost what,
1100,
Yogesh?
yeah, in BSc network.
BSc network, we had 1,100 holders, right? So again, right now with the Sky mainnet, our holders, if you see connected wallets, it's like 4.5 million, 5 million something.
Yeah.
But if you see really holders, they are also in the millions, right? So that is a great assets we have,
Right.
right?
And yeah, Sandeep, this club, I think that's a very pretty good idea, right? Because it creates a community of elite or kind of a brand ambassador, sort of,
Yeah,
right? And it allows those people, community members, to step up and becoming a leadership positions. I mean, they are not just the consumer of the project, but they are creator or a leaders of the project, so can have a sense of uh, larger level of contribution into the project. So I think this could be
yeah.
groundbreaking steps.
Definitely. And like, if you want to say it in a democratic nature, I want to, have a opposition, right? Let's have the team, because see, instead of just like being able to drive it, being able to have a say, being able to say no, that is powerful. That's where the real value of democracy comes from, right? And that's what we want to bring to the each and every person who is holding more than a million sky, to have that say, have that opposition, to say that, okay, this is how the project will move, and this is, we are, here we also hold the sky, we also, they also feel that ownership, right? So that's all. See, sky is not about the money, guys. It's about the ownership. You own something of a, greater global economy. You are part of that pillar, you are part of that network. So yeah, Richie, what are your views on this take? You are on mute.
I was muted. Sorry. When it comes to actually saying your opinion and influencing and actually playing a role when it comes to the future of the project itself, you being able to do that, you leaving comments, you participating in the network is extremely important, because we can't sit around and say, well, I don't like how this went, if we don't try to at least have our word out there of your opinion. So this is a way of doing that, right? On top of that, on social media, you guys liking posts or commenting on the posts and really interacting and engaging with the team itself is another way of doing that. So it's extremely important. You guys want this project to resemble what you believe in and what you like and what you want to see it be in the future. Then it's up to you as well to participate, to comment, to ask questions, so that the team can take that feedback and grow this project in a way that represents the values of the whole community and not just so many people. Right? That's the only way that happens. If we stay back and don't say anything, even though we don't like the way something's being rolled out or something's happened, then it's on us, right? So be active, really contribute, really ask questions on the Telegram group. That's the best way you can really relate what you believe is the best way forward to the team themselves, so they can take that in consideration moving forward with the plans for the blockchain.
Yeah, definitely, Richie. I totally agree with you. And I was having a program, and there was very powerful conversation. So the in every networking business or projects, like when it comes to a network, right? It's not how good leader I am, or any project, how strong leadership a project has, but when there are people who becomes leader, and those leader are making other leaders, then
Yeah.
real beauty starts, right? So when community takes over, the leaders are created, those leader creates another leader, those leaders takes creates another leaders, and so on and on and on. That will give a tremendous exponential growth to any project. So it's not making being a king, but making a king maker, right? So that's the whole game, making a king makers.
And that's so critically important. So a community growing is not just because the developers or the leadership that started um, is the most important part there or made it grow as much as it did. It's the community. So I've had tokens that I've been a part of in the past and been a part of that community where it started off and then eventually over a short period of time, you had leaders in that community starting spaces on X, having daily or weekly conversations with new members coming into the community, educating them, and members that want to step up and really take a leadership role and participate in that education as well were doing so. And that community grew and grew and grew because they felt accepted. Now, people from the team at times would join in on some of these conversations, some of these spaces, and get extremely important feedback from the community straight from them, right? Listening to how the community is reacting to certain launches or certain concepts that happened over time, it was an invaluable tool to that development team to really say, okay, well, they're not really liking what we're doing here, or we can fine tune this slightly, and there's an elegant solution here working with the community where everyone sees that, okay, this is the end solution we all like, right? So you as community members, if you start to talk with others about this and educate them and really see what new leaders will come in the future and help them get there, it really expedites this whole process and makes that mass adoption happen a lot faster, right? It'll grow organically, and you guys are the most important part of that, not necessarily developers on the back end. There's only so much we can do, but at the end of the day, Dogecoin, for example, is a great example of this, where it used to be just a meme coin that had zero value, but the community itself brought a ton of value to that project, and now it's one of the bigger coins out there, right? So that's a good example of just how powerful a community can be if they're engaged, if they participate, if they really take a step forward to educating the next uh, entry of whatever many people that join that community because they feel welcome, they feel like they're going to get supported through that process and educated so that they do not make mistakes. And when something happens, they're advised like, hey guys, this is happening on this exchange, stay away from it because we've had some members that have had this or that problem, right? The time that we are now with the access to information and as quickly as we communicate, stuff happens around the world and we know about it seconds, minutes after it happened. We could really do our part to support and um, really avoid some of the traditional scams that have happened in the past, right? Community and that engagement and that communication is a core, very important part of that. So be active, really contribute, really do what you can on your side to build this up to what you believe it should be, right? You guys are the most important part of that.
Definitely, definitely. Put it really absolutely phenomenal ways, right? It's those people who are in the community is taking leadership. It's a fantastic way of exponential growth. So yeah, I mean, Richie, it's those people who are here in this community. It's really encouraged to take a leadership. So there are two ways: one is to consumer of a product, or another one is to lead the product or create something out of the product. So yeah, I mean, it's the determination of all the community members. These are the end of the day, or determining factor where this project is going to be headed or it end up having. So fantastic. And yeah, I mean, it's very powerful that the community support that the project has from the beginning. I mean, there are so many people are contributing already, and many are doing from their own pocket, time, money, everything they are putting of their own. So it is very fortunate to have all these community members, and really appreciated to those people who are contributing into the project. And I mean, any way is possible. There are many marketers, some are shillers, some do trading, some holding, educating, moderating. There are many ways people are already into this game. So I take moment and acknowledge, right? So it's very important to acknowledge those people who are really doing all the good work in for the project. And yeah, I mean, highly encouraged for those people who are watching this presentation and feel inspired to grow and to do more. And it's end of the day, it's a community project, it's your project, right? So yeah, I
And
mean,
there's many different ways to do that. So for some, you could be providing liquidity to the trading pairs and benefiting from that, which will bring a more stable and redundant and secure trading pairs and network. For some, it's reposting Sky network posts. For some, it's leading in spaces and talking about it and educating. Right? There's multiple different ways you can play a part. There's no like everyone has to play the same role, the same part, and we will only be successful if that happens. Everyone plays slightly different roles. Everyone has there's bigger roles, smaller roles, but they're all important nonetheless. As a community, to be thriving, you need every part of that to be taken care of, right? And then also, like you see it all the time where people become leaders in the community and then end up working for that project in the end, right? Because you see that commitment, you see that that real what do you call it? Guidance, that real thriving for what the vision of that blockchain is, right? What that end goal, understanding the concept of it, understanding that this blockchain was built for that person and the community, and not just to be sitting there and not being used, right? That's what a blockchain is. It's a network that if there's no one using it and no one supporting it and no one's talking about it, no one's learning about it, it doesn't do anything, right? It's just another blockchain of the thousands that are out there. So the most crucial part of any of these blockchains is you, the community, at the end of the day, not who developed it, not that it can do a million transactions or a billion transactions per second, because it's irrelevant if no one's actually using those. It's just a Ferrari sitting in the garage, right? So yeah, key points, extremely important points. You guys don't know just how much influence you have over the success of this project and every project going forward.
Definitely, Richie. And here we are at already 1 hour, 3 minutes in the show. So I think let me acknowledge everybody. We have like quite many people on X. We have some people on Facebook. We have some people on YouTube. And as you guys know, we would be, answering questions. Like end of the day, this has been the soul of the community, like the show, that is the Sky Network show, that it originated as a way of giving updates to the community, and telling them what happened in the past week, what we'll be doing in the next weeks, right? And this will always be there, guys. So don't worry about though the things are changing, but updates don't change. So like number one biggest update was this, to show community our beta bridge. You know, I know it is not yet ready, so you will be able to get the link through our X and our social media official announcement. So stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, in our first week, use it. If you find any complaints, feel free to reach out, let us know. Don't make big transactions yet. Stay cautious, right? It is in still development, so there will be many times like okay, for example, you can end up losing your history if something happens. Like for example, because we are redevelop, like we are redeploying many things again and again. So, but most of the thing, like for example, smart contracts are finalized, and again, This is also one of the big feature for of this, right? So for example, any developer can simply connect with the
Yeah.
smart contract and make the transaction, and that should work, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
previously we didn't had that luxury, but now we will have that luxury. What do you say, Yogesh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So working on directly through the smart contract is also a possibility in multiple networks. So those people, let's say, who want to build their application on, let's say, for example, Ethereum network, and they're building such an application where they need the sky of, let's say, Polygon, for example. Then they just can call the smart contract of the bridge, and bridge will automatically send the asset to the smart contract or whatever the logic people want to build. So yeah, on chain transactions through the smart contract, so inter smart contract transactions, that's the a huge possibility with this bridge as well.
Now we're pushing the boundaries, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this actually, makes us, though it is centralized exchange, though we don't have API yet, but those who are builders don't are not limited. They can do it. They can start doing it in beta version itself. So welcome, guys. Correct.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
And that's
So yeah,
another part of this where you're really giving the tools, not just for the developers themselves, because yes, we do need developers, but the starting point of the community as well, where they'll have everything they need and they don't necessarily need to have um, 10 years of experience in the space to really take it and use it for its highest possible possibilities, right? Like you can give these people all these tools, they can run with these tools and really build stuff that they couldn't on other chains, right? And we're talking about multi-chain solutions now, not just one chain. So that's so incredibly important, and making it in such a simple UIs and applications is just going to facilitate this whole process of bringing people from outside of the crypto space into the crypto space. And at a certain point, having crypto incorporated into our daily lives without even knowing that most of it's using blockchain in the background, right? It's all stepping stones to the end goal of mass adoption and a more trustless system across the board and decentralized system globally. It's extremely important. I hope everyone sees the value in the end goal vision that is being brought right in front of your eyes as we speak.
yeah,
Definitely.
definitely, Richie. And all right, so also this marks that we are already 1 hour 7 minutes in the show, and officially I think it is a good time to show end the show. But before we end the show, and actually this is what something I want to get your permissions as my dear guests. So like Richie, how does your schedule look like?
I'm okay for a bit.
All right, let's say 15 minutes, 20
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, good. Yep.
All right, what is your Yogesh?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, also good. So, guys, so the structure is like that. That the show, official show, will be. So, before we go, I want to share something from the Richie's side. Richie, I think let me make it here. One moment. Huh? All right, let me get that. One moment, guys. Okay. So we have Richie. Would you like to let let community know about the video, and I'll share that.
Are you showing the video on that link?
Yes.
Yep. So this is a trailer we put together for Evolve Blockchain. And at the bottom, after you've watched that the video highlights the strengths of our blockchain, the speed, the security, burn. At the bottom, you'll see. I'm not seeing it yet. You have it shared already or no?
Yeah, yeah. Sharing 1 second.
You'll see all these social media links if you want to follow our social medias and stay up to date for future announcements like the pre-sale, public sale, launches of applications that we're working on, etc., and news with utilities that we're building out, including Evo Health and a few others in the future. So if you want to stay up to date, follow. really engage, like we were saying before, take take ownership, really engage and participate, because that's the best way to grow both of our ecosystems.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
want to play that video actually?
Let
I'm
me
not sure.
play that video.
Witness the revolution in this digital solution. The new blockchain on the block. Time to unlock evolution of the space in this decentralized grace. Yeah. Witness decentralized grace. Embracing change in this blockchain range.
Yeah, the team did a great job on that, really highlighting some of the strong points of our chain. And the name itself, the evolution, um, working together, innovating. Like we are evolving the space, not just with Evolve blockchain, with Secure Chain as well, working together, and we'll end up being the League of Blockchains eventually, as soon as we get that going. It really pushes forward evolving as a network, evolving as an industry, right? And that comes from working with each other, developing, coming up with solutions like these wormholes, these bridges into other networks, and eventually we'll have one to evolve as well when we launch. So really stay up to date, guys. There's a lot of work we're doing in the background. There's a lot of new things coming out in the near future. It's exciting times. At this point, it feels like on our side we can't go fast enough, but we're getting there. We're building. We're growing, and you guys are a big part of that.
Yeah, definitely, and thank you very much, Richie, for bringing this partnership also, and actually together, founding the putting the foundation stone of this League of Blockchain thing, and we'll see in the future how it as the new partner starts coming in, and also as we are growing, right? So there's one thing which I want to quote here exactly, right? That is, sky is evolving. Okay, there's like
100%.
no doubt about it. So that is for sure. Together as a community-owned project, and being so evolve is also will help the grow the sky ecosystem, and it is vice versa. It will also help the evolve get to know this amazing community which we have here, and we are so proud of. Right, Rachit?
100%. And that joint effort, um, what we've seen historically in the blockchain space is closed um, thought processes, maybe where people are just like, hey, my coin is better than yours, your network, because it's a threat to my network, or because I'm not holding any of your coins. They're very tribal in nature. My team is better than your team. That doesn't work, guys. Like, if we do not push this industry forward as a whole and do what's best for the industry, and I keep saying this over and over, a rising tide rises all ships. So we can't do it on our own. Many different people have different thought processes and what they value. So we have to give everyone as many options as possible that are real, legitimate options, that are decentralized, that are safe, that are secure and scalable, right? Like Secure Chain, like Evolve Blockchain, and a few others already existing. And we have to give them the tools to build on those and then let people innovate, right? Partnering with new projects coming out and supporting them through that process is going to be what the emphasis is behind uh, the League of Blockchains. Sorry, right? It's really giving the tools for not just people creating tokens on our chains, but also people innovating in the space, right? Which then will connect back to us in this ecosystem of blockchains all going towards the same goal: decentralization, a trustless system, right? And giving people a network where they can build amazing solutions to the day-to-day lives we have already, such as evil health, for example, right? Um, Extremely important, guys. Like this my team, your team does not work anymore. Let's change our concept. Let's pivot and let's help everyone get to that end goal, because there's more than enough people for everyone to be successful here.
Definitely. And yeah, with this, Richie, I would like to go to the next segment of our show, where we want to, show people how to claim the rewards for joining this show. And how it works is like you can go to the show.securechain.ai, which I've posted in Facebook and YouTube. And those who are on the X, could you like one of the our moderators please to post the URL link to show.securechain.ai, where you can go, you can learn about what this season 3 of Sky Network show is all about, right? And what we are doing with the Sky Network, from where we are bringing and where we are going, right? So here you can see the next episode, which is going to be the episode 3, is going to be about what DeFi Fort Knox is about, like where how so. And the very big component of it will be taking control, right? To control your own money, to control your own sky, and to control your own uh, participation in this ecosystem, right? It should be open to everyone and everybody should have access to it. So that is what is upcoming. But you can go to this, you can so basically learn about all the episodes. And by the way, guys, we are planning to attend some of the conferences in Dubai in the upcoming, like, second week or third week and fourth week of this April. Most probably the third week of April. So if anybody who is from Dubai or wants to know more about secure chain AI, can definitely get in touch with us, can connect with us, or those who are part of community and have been there with us will also get a chance on episode 10. So anyway, on episode 5, that is on 26th, that's where we will be sharing this whole plan about episode 10. Okay, and episode 10 is something which is happening in person, right? So,
Yeah, yeah,
Yogesh.
definitely. I mean, they're pretty exciting, right? So having some tangible, for now, is like a totally virtual, like, of course it's a global organization, right? So it's a people are here from all over the world. But now, it how cool it will be to have sit together and talk about it, meet personally and share idea, brainstorm. And I mean, it's pretty much exciting, the journey to have these events to organize in person. I mean, that will be one of the great milestone that can happen.
Definitely. And one more thing for sure, which is gonna have is this whole new Sky Millionaire Club, right? The members of the Sky Millionaire Club can definitely, join the meetup. So we'll convey the details in upcoming shows. So stay tuned, guys. And those who have been with us, thank you very much for being part of the community. And now it is time to answer that $1 million questions. That is, what you can build with the sky, what you can get out of the sky, what innovations you can take part in with your sky. So that's the $1 million question, guys, and let's do that for each and every sky millionaire and each and every sky holder, right? See, the reason is we are putting a limit is because it's like, if you know statistics, it would be very easy to answer. But I don't want to explain it now, but it's like just taking out the so. But as per the statistics, I think with this committee, it should put the future of sky in concrete, and it would become a very big role player. It is like going 100x in terms of community, like in terms of active members who are taking part in day-to-day operations, and being participant, and contributing to the that sky which they are holding, right? So end of the day, everybody, this is owned by all of us. It's not owned by me or you or anybody, one person or 100% or 1,000 people. Now it is owned by million people, right? So now we have crossed that limit, and after this migration, we'll be we are not. So as also somebody had that question that when will be the exchange listing? Of course, guys, we are not taking the centralized exchange route, but of course, I know for many users, it is a kind of a utility, right? It makes things easy because they have already done the KYC, they have already managing their portfolios in the. So we'll in terms of providing access, we will definitely consider that in mind, and we will be for example right now on super x exchange I have already listed the Sky BEP20 token and uh, Polygon token and ERC token. So all three pairs are already there. You can start with AMM, that you can do it. But I'm not here advertising for Super X here. All I'm saying is now we are all owners of this community, and to bring new users, we will be definitely going to the exchange, but it's not on the top priority right now. The top priority is providing liquidity, all right, to be liquid. If somebody has the sky worth of $10 million, they want to swap it. It doesn't make sense. Like just now, okay, now I want to address this elephant in the room, that is the graph, right? What do you say, Yogesh?
Yeah, yeah,
Because see this spike, you can see, this is like a red, though it is showing in the green, but it is a big red warning button, okay? And this is only happens when you are relied on centralized exchange, and that too less. All right, so this is my mistake, our mistake. Let's own that, but make sure that we learn from it, that the right sky of the price is there on the what is there on the sky exchange, sky.exchange. You know what is sky.exchange? That is our decentralized exchange, which we have been successfully running for more than 2 years almost now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's as simple as it is. You just go to open sky.exchange in your wallet, you open it, just, for example, and you have all the projects which are there. For example, we have WSky or Red Sky or WCMC. WCMC is, guys, this is the wrapped token which we like. This is a memcoin token which we have, which has only total supply of 100 tokens. Okay, 100 tokens. That's it. Just see how much it is priced. Yogesh, well, let me show it in the CoinGecko itself so people can understand that, right? So the price of the sky is 0.00189 now, right? So it's a very simple calculation, guys. Right now, the price of the WCMC is $419. If you will see this, so just imagine there is a token on Sky Network which is right now priced at $400. Like this is 419. I wish it would have been 420, but what do you say, you guys? Right. So this is, but again, so this is one problem, right? Right now we have seen this, we faced it, that everybody has to calculate the price. So Yogesh, what do you say? What solution we have created for the community? Would you like to explain that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So that's what the main component decentralized actions comes into the play, where all these tokens and projects and everything, all this transaction happening on chain. So it's a pretty obvious and visually to be on chain, and yeah, I mean this is the place, the Sky.exchange, that will be the place where the real price of everything that comes into the play. I mean, instead of the problem that we were talking about earlier in CoinGecko, the everything, if all the transactions happening on this DEX, if these are the consider the main price from this, then it will have a different story, right? So moving forward, I think being on a DEX and relying on a DEX, that's the key element, because it's totally on smart contract, right? Everything is transparent, everything is public, right? So it's a
Yeah,
pretty much a credible way
true,
to
true.
And
invest. price.
The community themselves control where the major price action weight is. So if a centralized exchange, and they do have their use case, they do have the pros to being on a centralized exchange like Binance and these other ones, right? There's a lot of people using them. You have a lot more eyes on the project, and people have an easier entry point sometimes by coming through an exchange they're already using. But if the volume on the dexes outweigh the exchanges by a significant amount, the price on the DEX will be the most important part compared to the centralized price. So if the DEX is trading for whatever it is, and there's $1 million in volume per day, and the exchange, the centralized exchange, is half of that, but there's only 50,000 value per day, the actual price of the asset itself will be reflected more through the DEX than through the centralized exchange. Us being very clear on you should be off these exchanges so you can take part of all the functions of the blockchain itself and get rewarded by the deflationary function, for example, because you're trading on these dexes. And there's a lot of great dexes out there, like Gate.io, for example, right, that do billions of dollars in transactions every single day, right? Those are better options than some of these centralized exchanges just because of the wash trading. We know that happens there, right? For exchanges, the name of the game is volume, so that they can say they have billions of dollars worth of volume and tons of millions of users. But unfortunately, sometimes that is bots and that is manipulated. So if you guys want to have a more stable price point, and I won't go into financial advice, anything about like projections and anything like that, but you guys choosing to use a DEX instead of a centralized exchange is going to help the health and stability of the Sky coin or the Evo coin, right? We knowing that and understanding how this works, yeah, plays a role as well. So us educating the community on that and showing the benefits of being off of decentralized exchanges. Like I said, they play a role, right? They have a part to play, but it's not as important of a role as it was in the past. I think most people are gravitating towards decentralized exchanges because of the security, because of the trustlessness.
Yeah. So, guys, regarding the question we were having, right, of the price of the tokens, like for example, WCMC is also this, and then like how to navigate through this water. So for that, we have brought this. Let me bringing to more this one. Yeah. So like this, we are bringing CoinMask version 2. It's not that we are not bringing it. It's only that the old staking which we had with the that we are completing. We want you to like as soon as possible withdraw it from the app, and I mean not as soon as possible, but wait till we are ready for CoinMask version 2. And once this is available for public, this will eliminate that uh, what we issue we are having with the Sky dot exchange, where we didn't had all the pairs and everything. Now we'll have a lot of pairs, a lot of chains going multi-network. CoinMask will also be a gateway to the Sky ecosystem, right? So see, this is what this 10 weeks of plan is all about. Make sure that you join in and learn everything which has to know about it. Because what would happen is, with this end of this 10 weeks program, you will be able to learn everything about the CoinMask, secure chain in the Sky network as a whole project. Also, you will learn a lot about what are the small things of the Web3 ecosystem which you should always be aware of, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And also, it's owning the part of this Web3 ecosystem. So there is a lot of components that are built through months and years of hard work. So how cool it will be to own some of the components of this ecosystem in an early age, right?
Yeah.
It's a truly an opportunity to grab.
Yes, and this is also one more opportunity you have to claim by following the secure chain uh, X and Telegram group and being part. You can here you can just verify your email ID and your Telegram handle. As soon as you do that, you'll be able to claim your tokens. So once you are okay, let me see if you are able to. But anyway, so but simply just click on this button and verify your email ID. Just put your Twitter handle and Telegram handle. Make sure the information can be used only once, and you can only claim once. But you can, though if you missed for episode one, doesn't matter. Still, you can win, claim your 10,000 token for 747, and another 10,000 for this episode. That makes it 20,000 747 tokens, which are a meme coin with very steep burn rate and liquidity on DEX, guys, available on Sky.exchange. So, what is your view?
Yeah, yeah. So it's a kind of a bomb token because it's a lot of burning. So every transaction, whether it's a trading, whether it's normal transfer, whatever, it burns.
Yes.
So it's like a bomb. So yeah, I mean it's a meme, but it's a very exciting thing to have.
It is a real test of a holder for sure. I
Yeah, 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 definitely.
we need to see that. Let's see. Definitely, community do participate in it. Also, we have a new logo of 747 we have with us. I would love to show, but okay, I'll share it in the group. I think that will be the appropriate way of doing it. So I'll do share it in the Telegram channel, so make sure you join the Telegram channel. Okay, all right, guys. So this is good, and we are ready to go and say goodbye, because this is the time now. We have already crossed 1.5 hour. I actually wanted to have some post show party, which we can do it on the Telegram group. If you want to join in, just join the Telegram call. We'll be doing a group call on Telegram. So this will also ensure that you do join our Telegram group and learn about the sky, right, Reggie? All right, I think Richie, we have to bring back.
There you go.
There you
Kicked
go.
you up prematurely.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
forgot. I was
let's
showing
let's go
full.
have conversations.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So, Richie, I think we are, already at 100, one and a half hour, and I think it is a good time to stop the show. But be available on, would you like to join on Telegram channel?
Yeah, I'll jump
There
in.
is something called, see, this is a Sky Network show. There is
Yeah,
something called Fireside Chat, which we do on Telegram group. Okay, where we simply sit. There's no recording, nothing. It's all about just, if you have questions, you can ask. If you don't have questions and you want to share something in the community, you can do. It's just like hangout, and with community we sit down. So if you want to join, do join the Telegram channel of Secure Chain AI, where we'll be doing the group call. And I think it is a good time to end the Sky Network show. And let me have our own Yogesh with us. Yogesh, would you like to do the closing remarks?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, truly phenomenal support that the project is receiving from community members. So, I would take a moment to acknowledge, as I already did, but I just do it briefly once again. Acknowledge all those people who are contributing to the project. Um, as I said, there are many traders, developers, marketers, shillers, all kinds of people who are there in this community. So yeah, acknowledging all of those people for their contribution, and yeah, I mean, for those people who has faith and belief on the project and been with the project for over a year time, more than a year, around 2 years of time. So appreciating all those people and those who are new here, and yeah, who are participating into the long term project, which is focused on value creation and it focused on decentralization and democratic values. So yeah, I mean, pretty fantastic and rewarding, exciting adventures that we are on right now. And yeah, have a successful and wonderful weekend, and have a successful and productive week ahead.
Definitely, Yuki. Richie, over to you.
yeah. Thanks for having me once again. Another great conversation as always. Looking forward to all the innovation that we're going to push forward. We get to see the background stuff. We see what's being worked on. So for the community, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer to see those updates. But there's a lot. There's a lot of innovation happening behind the scenes. The work ethic and the commitment to decentralization and the vision that we have together as a community is great to see. It's really uh, keeps me optimistic of our future, right, and the future of the space itself. So until next time, thanks for having me, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, Richie. Thank you very much, each and every person who has tuned in. And if you want to carry forward the conversation, you need to join our Telegram group and join the talk show, like the fireside chat we'll be doing after closing the show. So do join in. And also, but it will be only for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, so make sure to join in. If you have like, that is a place where everybody gets to talk in limited numbers again. But for sure, thank you everybody for joining in. Wishing every one of you a very happy weekend, a productive week ahead. We'll see you everyone at sharp 2 p.m. UTC next Saturday. Tomorrow, Sunday, again there will be a another 20 million sky which will be burnt, right? So this is a burn fest. Every 10 weeks we are burning 20 million every Sunday, right? So let's celebrate that. And yeah, have a great week ahead. Bye bye. And do